notified of the FBI's execution of a search warrant at Mar-a-Lago?
No, not ahead of time.
The FBI spread the documents out on a floor to make a record of what was found. When you saw the photograph of the top secret documents laid out on the floor at Mar-a-Lago, what did you think to yourself, looking at that image?
How that could possibly happen. How anyone could be that irresponsible.
Mighty ironic you say that, Mr. Joe. Mighty funny, because as you guys may have heard, classified documents were taken by Joe while he was vice president.
You remember back to August and the atrocities the media told us about, not in Mexico or Brazil, certainly not in Ukraine, but at Mar-a-Lago. Remember that? Classified documents were discovered, illicit classified documents, including top secret cocktail napkins at Mar-a-Lago. There was even, and we're quoting the federal indictment, a birthday dinner menu found somewhere near the First Lady's closet. Now, the Washington Post first reported that the nuclear codes or relevant nuclear materials, secret ones, were discovered there, and that's why a former CIA director and Michael Beschloss, the historian, suggested it could be time for Donald Trump to be executed by electric chair. And for sure, and this was the consensus in Washington, once these documents were discovered, this crime was unearthed. There was no possibility Donald Trump could ever again run for office. He needed to go to jail. Every person connected to the Biden administration told us that, including Joe Biden himself. What data was there in there that may compromise sources and methods, Biden asked. So as Biden was saying that, it turns out that he was, and you'll be shocked to hear this, doing exactly the same thing that he accused Donald Trump of doing. Joe Biden was storing classified documents in a private office at a fake think tank that has been set up for him at the University of Pennsylvania. That fake think tank is called the Penn Biden Center for Diplomacy and Global Engagement at the University of Pennsylvania. Now, we should tell you we don't know exactly what these classified documents are, and unlike Michael Beschloss and the former head of the CIA, we're not going to speculate. But according to CNN, they were very sensitive. Quote, the classified materials included some top secret files with the sensitive compartmented information designation, also known as SCI, which is used for highly sensitive information obtained from intelligence sources. So what exactly were these materials? Were they the nuclear codes? We're probably going to find out pretty soon, because there's no question Merrick Garland will unleash one of his signature pre-dawn raids on the University of Pennsylvania at any moment. Because it's a national security threat. Merrick Garland will get right on that. But actually, Penn may be a national security event. We know you're very impressed your nephew got in, but Penn, as an institution, takes an awful lot of money from the Chinese Communist Party. I'm not making that up. In recent years, Penn has received more than $50 million from anonymous Chinese donors. So the question is, were those donors peering at the classified documents, the national security secrets that Joe Biden had been stashing at the fake think tank that Penn set up for him? How much access did they have exactly to these documents? We're very much looking forward to the Washington Post expose on that. Subscribe to...
Quite interesting stuff there, huh? Quite interesting stuff. Accusing Trump of exactly what it is that you, in fact, were doing. Sounds familiar, huh? Exactly what I've been saying the whole time. The left accuses the right of what the left is doing or has already done. And now it's all coming out to the light. So the next time somebody on the left comes out, one of these leftist politicians comes out and accuses the right of something, you can bet your ass that they are doing it already. It's them doing it. They're just trying to cover up and point the finger at Republicans so nobody looks at them. Pay attention the next time they do it. Just watch. Guarantee it.
Greg Jarrett says there cannot be two systems of justice in this country. Watch here.
This certainly blows a hole in any ability of Merrick Garland and the Department of Justice to go after Trump for allegedly mishandling classified documents. You can't say, oh, well, it's okay for Bill Clinton to have done that. It's okay for Joe Biden to have done it. It's okay for Hillary Clinton to have mishandled hundreds of classified documents. But, whoa, when Donald Trump does it, even though he may have declassified the documents and under the Presidential Records Act is allowed to maintain control over the documents, no. His name's Donald Trump, so we're going to go after him with a vengeance and threaten him with crimes.
All right, let's bring in South Carolina Congressman Ralph Norman, member of the House Oversight Committee. Congressman, good morning to you. Former President Trump is responding to this news. He posted a Truth Social message saying, when is the FBI going to raid the many homes of Joe Biden, perhaps even the White House? These documents were definitely not declassified. Your response to all of this?
I don't think a vice president can declassify documents. And I know they made mention of him being president now, but he wasn't president for 4 years. So he still had those documents the whole time. Those documents allegedly are from back when he was vice president. It's not from recently. So, the plot thickens. And I'm loving it.
Well, I mean, just look at it. It's a double standard, Carly. I mean, double standard for a vice president who doesn't even, as Stephen Miller said, have the power to do that. Yet they raid all these homes. What about Joe Biden? I think he's got numerous homes. When are they going to do that? And you'll see now, it was in a locked closet at the Penn Center. And so let's see what the FBI does. And, you know, there's got to be consequences now. You cannot just overlook this as the mainstream media has done with the Bidens. And that's what's so great about what's going on now with our House leadership and the investigation that James Comer is going to have. And hopefully we'll have consequences as well and get to the bottom of it.
Congressman, there's also the timing of all this. When the Mar-a-Lago raid happened, we all saw it in real time as it was happening. It was sort of like a documentary perp walk, if you will. This discovery of Joe Biden's documents happened in November. Why are we just learning about it?
Well, it's a dereliction of duty by the FBI, and you know it's unheard of. These are classified documents that have sensitive material that could really endanger this country and all of its citizens. So we'll see what they do, and that's why it's so great to have new leadership and get to the bottom of it and ask questions. We haven't had a oversight meeting since I've been over the oversight committee. It's all been just people that should not even, they're not intentionally wanting to find out anything if it relates to this administration.
Well, now that the speaker battle is over, Republicans are moving full steam ahead with your agenda. And your first order of business last night was to rescind billions of dollars in funding for new IRS employees, the 87,000 IRS agents. Vice President Kamala Harris responded to that action, saying, last year, President Joe Biden and I worked with Democrats in Congress to finally make sure everyone pays their fair share. Now is one of their first acts, and the majority House Republicans are rushing to undo that progress and allow too many millionaires, billionaires, and corporations to cheat the system. Is that what you're doing?
Hey, listen. It's to be expected. It's called playing the game. Like I always tell y'all, Democrats play the game. They get out in front of these issues as soon as they found out, hey, they're about to repeal those IRS agents. And they're going to point the finger at us. We got to do something about this. Oh, see, they're letting the millionaires and billionaires off the hook. Look at them. You don't need 87,000 new IRS agents to tax millionaires and billionaires. Plus, all the millionaires and billionaires know all the tax loops anyway. So even if you got 87,000 IRS agents, they know all of the loopholes. They can pay the best tax people possible, even if they don't know the loopholes, to figure out the loopholes for them and apply them to their daily life. So, who are these 87,000 really going after? Us folks, us regular folks who don't know all of the loopholes, who can't afford to pay somebody who knows all of the loopholes. They're coming after us. So stop it with the nonsense. And more people need to call this crap out. Somebody in a leadership position like Kevin McCarthy needs to basically say what I just said. I don't count on Mitch McConnell saying it. Goodness gracious. But, all of these politicians who have any type of clout, who have any type of status, need to be yelling that to the high heavens. Every time one of these issues comes up, they need to be saying this type of stuff on repeat, calling people out like Kamala, calling them all out, and stating the facts.
That's another, Carl, it's just empty rhetoric this administration has. When I stepped on the
But it
floor
works,
last night, there's a stark difference under this administration. It's fine when they gavelled in, it's by responsible, mature adults. Under the Pelosi, it's immature brats who really, the only thing they've ever done is collect a paycheck. Now that they've done away with proxy voting, we moved through the rules. There was no division. I think one Republican voted against it, but passed overwhelmingly. So I'm looking forward to working this year, and you will see some meaningful changes that will directly affect American people in a positive way with all the hearings and the people they will call in, and I hope they will have consequences as well.
Okay, that said, Congressman, all indications.
You got to do what the Democrats did and make a TV show out of it too, Make it huge, make it big.
Are that this bill is dead in the Senate because obviously they have a Democratic majority there. What else can the House do to keep those 87,000 IRS agents out of middle-class pockets and bank accounts?
Well, the first step is just what we did. We voted on it, and we're going to hold the Senate accountable. None of us are in the Senate, so we can't control their actions. What our job is to pass it out of the House, which we did, and we'll pass many other things, and then we'll put the heat on the Senate, and we'll hold as many hearings and have as many press conferences asking the Senate, why aren't you moving on this? Why are you not doing anything? That we're not going to have another omnibus that really is an insult to every American taxpayer that is a part of this country. So I look forward to it.
Well, one of the things the Oversight Committee is going to focus on is the Biden family business dealings. James Comer said that we're not investigating Hunter Biden, we're investigating Joe Biden. So lay out what some of the key things the American people can expect. Will there be...
So there you have it. We'll end that clip there. But, it's mighty interesting. They put together all of this crap. Oh my goodness. Mar-a-Lago. How dare Trump take those documents? He put us all at risk for, securities, blah, blah, blah. We were all in danger because Trump took these classified documents. Oh my goodness, how dare he? He cannot become president ever again. And lo and behold, Joe had did the same thing. What do you know? What do you know? Holy shit, son. It's a shitstorm, ain't it? And we all getting rained on. Oh, man. Except us, we got our umbrellas out. We good. All of these leftists, they just standing out in it. Oh man. And of course nothing's gonna come of this. But it goes to show that they're totally and utterly full of crap. Full of it. And they're all hypocrites. Once again, it's another recurring theme. They're all hypocrites. But then also, can't go after Trump anymore from Mar-a-Lago. Not unless you go after Joe. And all of these politicians, all of these Republican politicians need to be screaming that at the top of their voices. Joe did the exact same thing that Trump did. So if you're going to go after Trump, now you got to go after Joe. Amen. Like, share, comment. Hit that subscribe button if you're new. Peace and love. I'm out.